Hey guys, what's going on? Mike here at Universal Mind, Body, Soul, coming to you live from my kitchen. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the Vitamix blender, making an alkaline smoothie. I've been making alkaline smoothies now for a couple of years and been using a couple different blenders, and every single one of them have broke that I've had up until the Vitamix blender I've had. So far, so good. Everything has been working great. Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of point out a few things about alkalinity versus acidic. One of the best ways to kind of test that out before you kind of start jumping into making alkaline smoothies and kind of finding out what's kind of going on with your body. Strongly recommend maybe checking with your doctor first. Kind of a little disclaimer there, anything health related, you kind of want to check with that. But a good starting point would be the alkaline pH testing strips to see exactly where your body sits. If it's below 6.5 or 7, then you're far below the alkalinity rate and sitting more in the acidic, where your body is a little bit more prone to being a lot more prone to colds, more viruses, flus. Your immune system is weaker, whereas when you're in an alkaline state, your bone density is stronger, your teeth are stronger, your immune system is just stronger, you feel more energetic and so forth. So a good idea to get, you can put these under the tongue. You can pretty much buy these, like I said, at any supplement store, and I don't know if you guys can see that okay, but you put these under the tongue and you wait for it to turn color, and then measure it upon the little chart on the side of the bottle, and there you go. You'll be able to kind of tell. It's kind of a pre-qualifier to see exactly where you're at before you suddenly kind of start getting into alkaline smoothies here. So it's a good of a starting point. It's good to know. So what I like to do first is add about 30 milliliters of alkaline water. Now, alkaline water, you can either get it store-bought or you can get a Kangen type machine which charges the water into an alkaline form. Mine is store-bought for now, and so start filling it up with that, and then start adding a little bit of fruit here. Now I've got some apples. Gonna throw those in right now. Now, like I mentioned, I have used quite a few blenders before in the past. A couple of them, even just the most recent was last summer, which completely crapped out on me after I threw a mango in there with some seeds, and it was the NutriBullet. Had the NutriBullet for about a year, and then it just finally died out. It didn't work anymore. The motor came apart, and it was a mess. So I said, okay, you know what? I want to get something more reliable, something that's got a good value, good name. And from what I can tell, the warranty on this is about 7 years. The Vitamix, actually, you'll find in a lot of commercial outlets like, you know, Starbucks, Second Cup. You'll notice it in Booster Juice, Jugo Juice, wherever you're at, you'll pretty much see that this is kind of the brand of choice. With that being said, so let's continue throwing some apples in there. I like to start off with apples. You don't have to throw apples in there if you don't want to, but I like to. So I like to load it up with some good fruit to kind of balance out the vegetables that we're going to throw in there in a minute. Now you notice I did cut all the cores out. I don't like to put the seeds in the apple there, so I just use a knife. Some people like to use a core cutter. Let's throw those in here. All right, now I got some kale. I like to kind of bunch that up a little bit just so it doesn't stick to the walls of the cup here. Break those up just like that. You can also do the same with spinach, which I'm going to throw in here in a minute. Just kind of mix it up there a little bit. There we go. Now the one thing I will say, it's going to get pretty loud here in a minute. I will say with the Vitamix blender, it sounds like a freaking freight train is coming through your house. There's really no way to get around that, so bear with me here. We'll throw one more in there. We got some room. What's nice about this blender as well with the Vitamix is you can fill it right up to the top. And it'll just take it down like nothing. Always put the lid solid on top, otherwise this thing will blow right through your roof, it seems like. So, here we go. Start it off on low. Always a good idea. I'm just shutting that off just so you guys can hear me, and it's taking a little bit longer, and it will be because of the video that I am shooting here, just to try and show you guys what I mean here. So I'm going to be kind of stopping and starting here as we go along, but what's nice about it is you can feed it through the top here, and as it starts to fill up, I'm going to grab my little plunger looking stick here, and what that does is it helps push all the vegetables and the fruit down to the bottom, so the blade really chops that up really good. So I'm just going to add some more mango. You don't have to worry about chopping it up too small. This thing will literally eat that like nothing. So, all right. As you can see, it's pretty much liquefied whatever I had in there now. Alrighty. This will use up whatever mango I have left here. We have lots of space up at the top here, so you find it normally takes, by the time you chop up your fruit and your vegetables, the time is about a good 15 minutes total time, pretty well. So like I said, I'm going to be just taking a little bit of time here just to kind of go through it slowly here. I got a cucumber in there as well. Chop that up. There we go. All right. Let's push that down a little bit. Okay, it's gonna get loud again, so. I should also point out that you'll notice that I'm wearing a black shirt. In the past, I've worn lighter clothes before, and let me tell you, when you are mixing greens and trying to make smoothies with the machine, you'll find that trying to get stains out of it is like pretty much like you fell on grass, and it's pretty well the equivalent there. So just so you know, and I'll start throwing some cilantro in there. I like to use cilantro. You don't have to use everything that I'm using here. You could use pretty well what you like for alkaline vegetables. Anything that's leafy green, like celery, which I have here, cucumber. I got some wheatgrass that I just threw in there. Very, very potent for antioxidant, anti-cancer, very alkaline. And you want something like the Vitamix that's actually going to be able to ground and chop up that vegetable and actually extract those nutrients from something like wheatgrass, because not all blenders are the same, and they definitely don't extract that pulp like you really want from that, because you want those vitamins and enzymes that's going to give you that alkalinity. All right. You can see I even got a whole banana here. I'm just going to throw that right in there. All right. So you can throw the whole thing in there. It will take it and it will mulch it like nothing. So I don't even bother unpeeling them anymore. So throw a couple more limes in there. Oh, didn't get anything on the roof. I lucked out. All right, here we go. So we're just going to leave it at that for now. You can see it's pretty well filled to the rim. I'm not quite done yet. Personally myself, I like to make large amounts of smoothies and put them in the fridge. I put some sealant wrap over it, some cling wrap over it, and put them in some protein shaker cups that I got from the local supplement store, and seal them up with some cling wrap at the end of it. And what you want to do also, I should point out, is when you do fill it up, try and fill it up to the rim. That way there's less air that comes through, and you can put it in the fridge. It helps preserve it and keep it fresh longer, and seal it up with some plastic covers over top of the cling wrap as well. So with that being said, I'm just going to add a few in here right now just to kind of take away from the top load here for now, just because I got a lot more vegetables to go through. Now let me tell you another thing too, is if you've never had one of these, it's going to make a world of difference in your energy levels, in just your overall mood, your immune system. Like, this is just basically getting a big jolt and shot of nutrients, vegetables and fruit combined. So if you're like me and you don't like to make vegetables all the time, like I don't really eat salads every single day or have it with my meal, so I like to have this at least once a day, first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Believe me, you do this for 30 days, it will change your life. All right, so with that being said, let's continue here. I'll just keep that in there. Looks like we got plenty of water in there, so I'm not going to add any more for now. Sometimes it does get a little bit thick, so you probably want to top it up a little bit. So I got some chard vegetables here. Load that in there. Again, you can just load it right up and it will take it. I'm very, very impressed with this unit. Highly recommend it. All right, here we go. Just about done here. So what I also like to do is add celery. Celery is one of my favorite vegetables, and it just makes the smoothie taste that much better too. It's one of the best alkaline vegetables out there too. And it's one of my personal favorites too. Like I said, it tastes great. Strongly recommend it. So now again, because I'm using all these vegetables, it's going to make about a good 5 or 6 different cups, and I'll have about 5 or 6 different cups that are going to be going into the fridge, and it's going to be my morning breakfast first thing when I get up. Also, an avocado. You can throw that in there and it will take it whole. So I'm going to do that right now. Push that to the bottom. And watch this. No other blender I've used was able to take the whole thing with the seed and all. So watch this. So that's again right to the rim. Whoa, we're really okay, even past the rim I should say. So I'm just going to top up these cups here a little bit more, because I'm going to add the remainder in there after, so I only fill them about halfway just to kind of lighten the load here a little bit. There we go. And normally probably a good idea to do this over the sink. Probably don't want to be staining anything around. Again, like I said, it's like having grass stains out of your clothing is not exactly fun. So all right. All right, so I'm just going to finish this off with the strawberries I have here. I've got about a small 12 to 15 strawberries there in hand, so I like to finish that off. Also, almost forgot to add a little bit of cinnamon. Very good alkaline powder, and some local greens here that you can get at your local supermarket, or any supplement store will have it, just for some added greens like spirulina and spirulina, I should say rather, and a nice concoction of other greens in there for you. So all right, so I'm just gonna top that up now. There we go. Good to go. So I made quite a bit extra here, so I'm definitely going to have a good 5 days worth here, which is exactly what I wanted. Some people like to make them fresh every single day. If you're stuck on time rather, and you're on the go like I am, and you don't have a whole lot of time, this is really handy to do. So just kind of pre-make a few and then fill it right to the top like I said. And you can seal that up. So you want to pull that all the way, stretch that out, make sure it's all the way to the top and stretch that out as far as you can, and then just cover it with a plastic cover like this. You can even do glass jars or whatever the case may be. I better set this down so it doesn't go flying everywhere. Alright, and that's pretty much it. That's how you make an alkaline smoothie with the Vitamix 5200 series that I bought for the last couple of months. I've been using it. Very happy. Strongly recommend it if you're looking for something, you know, just for an everyday smoothie. What's nice is it even comes with a recipe book that you can make stew, you can make all sorts of different things. It's crazy. So strongly recommend it. Thanks again, guys, for watching the video. I hope this was some pretty good value to you. I hope that helps kind of clear things up. If you're wondering about the Vitamix blender, comparing it to some of the other competitors, like I said, I've used it with the Ninja and I've used it with the NutriBullet, and nothing compares to it. So I hope this shed some light and helped you out today on your decision. If you have any questions or any comments, please hit the comment section there below. Hit me up. I'd love to hear from you.